What's up, YouTube? My name is Oscar.
My name is Crystal.
And welcome to What's the Matter Coaching. So before we get into today's video, the understanding of Kundalini in one video. First, 3 questions for you. What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with the world?
And what is matter really? Ask yourself these 3 questions and you'll find out why you're truly here on earth and who you really are.
Yes, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, What's the Matter Coaching, as well on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's evolve. And we're back. So we changed the angle a little bit because we went for a walk. We check out this conscious angle. So the understanding of Kundalini in one video, that's why you're here. So let's get straight to it. Kundalini. First up, what is Kundalini? This theme, this idea, this word that has been thrown around the community for people on self-discovery path, and for those of you who are striving to reach enlightenment or in yoga practices, or for anybody for that matter. So when you look up the word Kundalini, what you'll find is that what is said is that we have a dormant energy at the base of our spine, a potential of energy known as Kundalini energy. Okay? We all have it, but the theme in the story is that it's dormant. But I'm here to clarify, along with Crystal here, that everyone has access to it and everyone is utilizing that same Kundalini energy to different degrees. We are just unaware of that energy ourselves. So how are we supposed to know? If we're not aware of ourselves, how are we supposed to know if we are utilizing Kundalini energy or not? Right? So Crystal, practically and logically, what is meant by this Kundalini energy? What does it apply to for every human being in their daily life?
Kundalini energy is sexual energy that is we can use in our favor to manifest or to that awakening, spiritual awakening that we are looking for.
Yeah, so if you're trying or searching for this video in regards to activating your Kundalini, maybe recognizing what this whole Kundalini symptoms and experience is, well, essentially it's that sexual energy that you're utilizing and what you're doing with it. Have you awakened your sexual energy to then become transmuted into your higher nature? Or are you just leaving that energy trapped in your lower nature? And some examples of this lower nature that a lot of humanity has been stuck to is the nature of laziness, lustfulness, perhaps not fulfilling your heart's desires, what you know are your dreams. Again, connecting with laziness. And so these are our lower desires when we're focused on material possessions only and not really focused on loving one another. Again, a lower desire, trapped in your lower nature. So how else are you going to expand that energy that we have that's supposed to give, that gives life, right? That creates this magnificent force that also gives way into transcendental states of consciousness, enlightenment.
Once you raise it up.
Yeah, once you raise it up and you utilize it, once you harness it efficiently. Okay, and so that's what we want to go ahead and portray and have you understand in this video. So in regards to Kundalini, right? Let's talk about a little bit about why it's so important. Because I know in your journey, you practiced Kundalini and raising that Kundalini to the top of your being. Well, how did it feel when all your Kundalini energy was trapped down there?
Well, the first thing first, you will not get depressed ever. Mm-hmm. And when my Kundalini energy was stuck down there, you feel a lot of insecurity, depression arise with that, and you just feel that stuck. Yeah, that stuckness. That the world is going to end tomorrow, like that.
So let's put it in a noise. In the noise, that literally feels and sounds like. Okay?
I hate lying.
Yeah, it's that stuck energy. Okay, and this is the Kundalini that is dormant within many individuals. So how do we awaken this very logically and very practically? Okay, and now we move into the, well, we did the what is Kundalini, now we're in the why it's important. Okay, what's important so you can live your life very exuberantly.
I think that we already answered that. Why is it important? Don't you want to? You want to be depressed?
Yeah. Do you want to be depressed? No, right?
So
You
that's
wanna-
it's like we kind of like answer the.
Once you raise that energy all the way into your higher nature and you start utilizing it, you expand your body awareness with that same energy. You then begin to feel joy, feel more empathy.
Bliss, happiness.
You have all those nutrients within that sexual fluid that's stored at the base of your spine that comes from your genitals that's constantly producing. You get to have all that energy go up into your spine, into your higher nature. Yes, chemically speaking, this is happening on a very science-based level. All these mineral-rich fluids are then rising into your brain through your spinal cord. Yes, there's a tube inside your spinal cord, and this energy, this liquid, these minerals on a physical level gets to go up your spine into your brain, where you can no longer physically be depressed. You can try to be depressed, but you know damn well that you're happy now, right? You know that you have the ability to feel happy, unlike many others that they don't have the option. They only feel depressed or anxious.
Because they don't know better.
They don't know better. The energy is stuck. It's chaotic. It's not being managed properly. So now that we talked a little bit about the why, actually, one more thing. The reason why it's so important is because when you raise this energy, it also allows you to enter into expanded states of awareness within your body. So you then get to tune in with more of your energy channels. Why? Because this energy is so powerful, it creates more of you. The expansion, it expands
more of
you.
Yes.
So you get to feel more of who you really are, which is energy, not just physical flesh and bones. And sometimes that's all we feel limited to. But once you go ahead and expand and activate this Kundalini rising, right? The awakening of our Kundalini, you then begin to experience a heightened state of awareness because you have all these sexual fluids and energy flowing throughout all your channels.
Damn, boy, I'm even learning here. I'm like...
And that's the point. We want to provide you a teach, learn experience.
Yes.
Okay? Crystal right here is learning, but at the same time she teaches. Because she teaches as she learns. That's called simultaneity. And that's all right because it's happening to all of us with many different things of our life. But that's another video, right? So going back, so now as you start to activate your Kundalini, it's important, of course, because you're expanding your life. You're coming to life.
You are life.
You are life itself. Imagine, don't you want to live? So what does it feel like to live? Well, to unleash that sexual energy that's dormant and stuck and activate it, awaken it, be fully expressed and magnetized because you're fully living, aren't you? So let's move into the how. How do we begin? This is
favorite. Like I really want to explain this. I mean, at least one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So the how. How do we begin to activate our Kundalini? How do we begin to get this stuck energy into open and expansive, enlightened states of awareness type energy, right? So, Crystal, go ahead.
Tip of the day. So the way that I've been doing it, and I actually started yesterday to do it more consciously, is in your butt, between your butt and your
genitals.
Your genitals, you just suck it in like that. I'm just trying to mimic it with my neck so they can have an idea, like that, and then just with your intention, raise it up, and then probably at the beginning it sounds crazy or something.
You're gonna feel your tushy be filled up with all those juices and energy. It might feel uncomfortable, right?
Yes.
But the whole goal is to transcend discomfort, right? To go beyond your uncomfortable habits and states and feel comfortable in the uncomfortable. That's the goal here, right? To not live with fear, to live with love. So essentially what she's doing here is that when you squeeze your buttocks and your
squeeze, that's the word.
The buttocks, right?
Like,
and your genital organs, you then compress that liquid, and then you allow that opening at the base of your spine to then suck in that energy, to suck in that liquid, to then begin to transmute, to transform that lower energy of sexuality into a higher fundamental function, which is going to be more compassion for yourself, more will, more aliveness, or as it keeps going up and up and up and touching the parts of your brain. Also, a key element that it touches is your pineal gland, okay, also known as the third eye. And then this begins to rise more and more up until the point where you start having increased states of awareness. And this is what we call a very successful Kundalini awakening, a very successful Kundalini rising, because you were able to then use methods like meditation, which you can also meditate and relax and allow this energy to explode and become unleashed by your own relaxation and becoming pure awareness. You can use the physical manner, which is to squeeze and allow that liquid to go up with your intention.
There's plenty of methods.
There's plenty of methods.
Yes.
You can use your breath and your stomach. So your breath in your stomach, you go, you know how you make a wave? So you make that momentum, you make that force with your own body and your intention to bring with your breath that energy upwards into your higher nature.
Or even putting your awareness there and just raise it up.
Yeah.
there.
Oh, so your awareness, by that she means visualization. So you can even use visualization that allows you to see what it looks like for things to increase.
All the way up.
So to put a little graphic demonstration for you, I want you to imagine, and we're actually going to put a little picture here so you can see it, how it looks like. There's this game called Dead Space, and he wears a suit which has literally basically the column of his spine. You know how there's little segments and columns of the spine? Well, he has it lit up. So essentially every single time that his health goes lower, you see the bar is all over here. It's not lighting up. Only one bar is, but when he's fully charged,
That's a pretty great example.
when he's fully revitalized and healthy, all the bars of light go up. Boom, 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 boom. Kind of like the battery. When your battery runs out and it's low, and when it's all the way up.
Oh,
So,
that is your battery.
yeah, this is your battery. This is your life force, okay? This is your dormant sexual energy. And so we're going to go ahead and put that up there so you can see what it looks like, and you can use that as a visual representation of you visualizing the energy at the base of your spine and then going upwards from one octave to the next. Zzz, 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 zzz. Okay? That's another way you can use. So all this that we're explaining to you is so you can reach this next level of self, okay? To take away all the BS about the whole spirituality of what Kundalini awakening has to be like or doesn't have to be like. And to wrap up this video, we want to give you a couple of symptoms so you can really understand the full scope of Kundalini. A lot of the times we become very, very obsessive, and we become very fanatic, right, about the whole metaphysical experience, especially if we didn't have any metaphysical experiences before. It's like us wanting to know the paranormal. We want to watch the coolest fantasy alien movie, right?
Yes.
So we become a little bit of a lunatic, right? In the sense of opening our third eye and activating our Kundalini. Well, I let you know now, to the degree in which you set your intention, to the degree in which you really, really put your energy and awareness into raising that energy up, many of you are going to experience many of your different gifts. You're going to be activating portions of yourself with this energy that you never experienced before, because you never allowed that energy to flow freely up into your higher nature.
You're knowing yourself, and that is all. That is what it's all about, knowing yourself.
The whole goal of this is to know yourself. And so let's tell them a little about how did it feel when you started to allow your Kundalini to raise upwards.
I started doing it by breath.
Well, what's one of the most like amazing experiences you had, so they can kind of get a feel for it?
Well, I wasn't used to it to raise energy, and once I started doing it by the breath, raising up by the energy, and I start literally feeling the energy coming on. And at the beginning I got excited because it was like something, it was like, oh holy shit, I like literally feel the energy coming, you know, like coming up, and that's how I started doing it. And it was exciting, but then you get used to it, and then you start like moving your energy where you want it, and expand more.
And you transition to a new narrative. Now the fact that we're energy and not just flesh and bones becomes the new normal. We're able to say, great, I'm an energetic being, and I'm finally utilizing my energy at the base of the spine to live and to experience myself here in this relatively physical world. And for me, vice versa, when I was experiencing my Kundalini, the way I activated mine was through pure intention. You know, my energy was very stuck in just being lazy and not doing anything, okay? So it got to the point where I was tired of that feeling of sluggishness. And maybe a lot of you guys have felt that. You don't want to wake up to work, right? You don't want to wake up in the mornings for anything. You sleep late and you're like, gosh, life is boring. right? And that's basically how I was feeling. And so I had so much desire, so much intention to bring that energy all the way up that I literally almost every day I would say, I set the intention for all my energy with each breath to be raised into my higher nature so I may experience my full spectrum of being, right? Things like that. And it got to the point where my energy was with my intention, since I was believing it to be true, all my energy would automatically, with each breath, literally. So every single day, every moment, I was literally in a state of transcendental consciousness. What does this mean? All this means is that you are seeing now from your true eyes, from your third eye. And another way of understanding this is that a lot of the times when you raise this energy so much, for example, how I did, it allowed a lot of energy to enter my pineal gland, to accumulate there. The expansion of my third eye opening up until the point where we have physical symptoms, relatively physical symptoms that have been portrayed by our doctors, such as schizophrenia. Okay, that's a common symptom of this energy that goes too much into your third eye. So again, we go back to don't become too fanatic. Take a chill pill.
Don't become cuckoo.
Yeah, don't become cuckoo like Cocoa Puffs, right? Take a chill pill, enjoy the journey, enjoy the casual momentum of your increased body awareness, and then raise the energy more, take it a step further, increase your perception, put it into your third eye, bring the energy up, and enjoy the journey. You see? Because if not, then you might end up like me at 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, seeing different types of entities with my third eye open without harmonizing that energy in my heart elsewhere, you see? Because I was so fanatic about getting that energy upwards into my third eye that all I was experiencing was third eye. I didn't allow any of that energy to go into my heart, you see? And I missed the fact that the heart is where a lot of the magic is, okay? So just keep this in mind. This is a journey. This is Kundalini awakening. Hopefully this provides you with a complete understanding of all that you need to know on your journey in one video. Much love, much light.
Let's evolve.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.